What is really happening behind BTS Jungkook's relentless training? Why did he nearly collapse during practice until Tayong saved him? This shocking confession will leave you stunned. Read the full story and share your thoughts. What really drives Jungkook of BTS to push himself beyond his limits, to the point of nearly collapsing in practice, only to be caught and calmed by Tayong in moments that leave ARMY holding their breath? Could it be perfectionism, hidden pressure, or something far more emotional that fans have never fully seen until now? Before we dive into this shocking confession from Jungkook himself, ask yourself, how much do we truly know about the relentless dedication of an artist who seems unstoppable on stage but fragile when the lights go off? Stay with us until the end, share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button if this story surprises you, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next revelation that might shake ARMY again. Jungkook has finally admitted something that many fans have long suspected but never heard confirmed directly from his own words. He often overtrains himself during rehearsals, pushing his body to extremes. This revelation did not come lightly. It was born out of repeated moments where exhaustion left him on the edge of collapse. Moments ARMY had glimpsed before but never fully understood. The most striking among them was when Jungkook nearly fainted during an intense practice, only to be steadied and soothed by Tayong. A moment that spread rapidly among fans who could not believe what they had just witnessed. It wasn't just a physical stumble. It was a glimpse into the invisible struggle of an idol known for his tireless energy, his flawless performances, and his seemingly unbreakable willpower. Yet behind that polished exterior lies a battle that he has fought quietly, a battle he now chooses to share with the world. The confession itself was raw and unfiltered. Jungkook explained that the reason he often insists on training excessively, sometimes far more than even his fellow members, is not simply ambition or vanity. It is something deeper, a mix of fear, responsibility, and the unshakable desire to live up to the love ARMY has given him. He acknowledged that there were countless times when he felt his body signaling for rest, but his mind refused to allow it. Instead, he called Tayong to join him, not just as a workout partner but as a source of balance, a friend who could ground him when the weight of his own expectations grew too heavy. It is a side of Jungkook that fans rarely see. Vulnerable, driven not just by passion but by an almost desperate need to meet a standard only he seems to set for himself. What makes this confession even more gripping is how it aligns with those haunting moments we've seen unfold before. The time he swayed on his feet during practice, his skin pale, sweat dripping as if every ounce of energy had been drained, only for Tayong to rush in and support him. ARMY remembers that moment vividly. The way Tayong's calm words and steady presence seemed to pull Jungkook back from the brink. It wasn't staged, it wasn't scripted, it was real. And now, hearing Jungkook admit that this was not an isolated incident but a recurring reality makes the memory all the more emotional, all the more heartbreaking, and all the more urgent. Why does Jungkook push himself like this? Why, despite his immense success and the adoration of millions, does he feel the need to drive his body to such dangerous extremes? His answer is layered and deeply human. He spoke of the fear of disappointing ARMY, the constant pressure of being called the golden magne, and the inner voice that tells him he must always prove himself. Even after years at the top with global recognition, awards, and history-making achievements, Jungkook feels that each performance must be better than the last, each rehearsal sharper, each moment flawless. It is a cycle of self-demand that never seems to stop, a relentless pursuit that sometimes blurs the line between dedication and self-destruction. Tayong's role in all of this cannot be understated. Jungkook revealed that he often drags Tayong into extra practices not just because he needs a partner, but because Tayong gives him something he cannot find alone: comfort. Tayong doesn't lecture him about overdoing it, nor does he abandon him when things get tough. Instead, he offers quiet support, a grounding energy that keeps Jungkook from completely unraveling. Fans have long speculated about the closeness between the two, but this revelation adds a new dimension to their bond. It is not just friendship, it is survival. When Jungkook collapses under the weight of his own expectations, Tayong is there to catch him, literally and emotionally. The story grows more intense when you realize how often this pattern has repeated itself. Jungkook admitted that there are countless times when his drive has pushed him to the edge, times when Tayong has been the one to calm his storm, times ARMY may never know about. The incident where Jungkook almost fainted is just the tip of the iceberg. a visible crack in the armor of someone who has always tried to appear unshakable. But now that Jungkook himself has spoken, the truth feels heavier, more urgent. Fans are left wondering, how many times has Jungkook hidden his exhaustion behind a smile? How many times has he swallowed his fatigue to give ARMY a flawless performance? The emotional weight of this confession is undeniable. For ARMY, who have always admired Jungkook's perfection on stage, hearing him admit his flaws and struggles feels both painful and intimate. It is a reminder that behind the lights, the screaming crowds, and the perfect performances, there is a young man fighting battles most of us will never see. And yet, his honesty also deepens the bond between him and his fans. By sharing his vulnerability, Jungkook invites ARMY into a part of his world he once kept hidden, asking them not just to cheer for him but to understand him. As this story spreads, it sparks a bigger question. How much pressure is too much? How far should idols go in the name of perfection? Jungkook's words are not just about him. They are about the broader reality of the industry, where endless rehearsals, grueling schedules, and impossible standards push artists to the brink. And yet, in the midst of it all, Jungkook's voice rises as both a warning and a confession. He does not regret his dedication, but he acknowledges the toll it takes. He admits he needs Tayong's support, and by doing so, he reveals a truth many idols may feel but rarely say out loud. For ARMY, this revelation is both shocking and inspiring. Shocking because the Golden Magne, the idol who seems unstoppable, has revealed his fragility. Inspiring because his honesty shows strength and vulnerability. It is a moment that makes fans want to hold him closer, to remind him that perfection is not what they love most about him. It is his heart, his authenticity, his willingness to give everything for the music and the people who believe in him. So where does this leave Jungkook now? His confession opens the door to change, to the possibility of balance, to the hope that with Tayong and the rest of BTS by his side, he might find a healthier path forward. But it also leaves us with lingering questions. Will he truly ease his relentless drive? Or will the inner voice of perfectionism keep pushing him harder? Will moments like the near collapse during rehearsal continue? Or will this be the turning point where Jungkook learns to embrace rest as much as effort? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: ARMY will be watching, not just to cheer but to care. And so we return to the question we began with: what really drives Jungkook to push himself to the edge? The answer is layered with ambition, love, fear, and responsibility, and it is a story still unfolding. For now, ARMY can only hope that his honesty is the first step toward healing, that Tayong's steady presence will continue to anchor him, and that Jungkook himself will one day see that he is already more than enough. What do you think about Jungkook's confession? Do you believe he will slow down, or will his perfectionist nature keep him on this dangerous path? Let us know in the comments. Hit the like button if this revelation surprised you, and subscribe for more updates as the story of Jungkook, Tayong, and BTS continues to unfold in ways no one could have predicted.